Ladies and gentlemen, I am back. That's right, I am your host, Manuka Don Joe. It has been a while, month and a half. A lot of that was due to the fact that I've been moving from Clipchamp to Adobe Premiere, and a lot of it has to do with work and personal life. But I am back and with another documentary style video. You guys seem to like it, and this is all about Post Malone's Murder Circus. Let's dive in.
Ladies and gentlemen, young at heart though growing old, welcome to the Murder Circus!
Let's talk about the Murder Circus itself, or the circus itself in the game. And it's a mobile compound. That's extremely new, extremely exciting, and now it got my brains rolling because we got railroad tracks. We can exploit that and have a derailed train as a compound. Like it kind of derailed and turned into like a circle, and all of a sudden you got this, and or even better yet, a shipwreck in the water areas. That could be really cool, and it could also incorporate new bosses or new AI around those.
The new Murder Circus compounds will be present across various locations on our maps and Bounty Hunt. Hunters can explore the circus ring, surrounding booths, and spend their pledge marks on exclusive sealed rewards and equipment. A unique addition is the mysterious fortune teller.
Is that David Fifield?
Here you can use pledge marks to let fate decide on random traits or other rare rewards you receive. These fortune teller machines will appear in the Murder Circus compounds, as well as randomly at supply points. Many grunts that roam the world during the event will be members of the circus, running around with their murderous laughs and freaky costumes. Hunting them down will yield extra event points.
So again, mobile compounds. This is an interesting idea. I kind of hope the circus sticks around even after the event. So maybe spawn in every 5% that you're on a map. So it doesn't become it's just rampant of clowns and stuff, but have a 5% chance that the clowns in the Murder Circus does come back. And I hope they keep exploring this mobile compound idea. Another idea I just had is a portal from the realm that caused the corruption. Let's talk about Usra Mortis, the twin-headed bear. Now, this isn't a target or anything like that. This is more adjacent to a meathead, where it's just an elite AI. Now, this is cool. It hunts you down when bleeding, so versus the poisoned with the meathead, it hunts you down off of scent when you're bleeding. It also does this roar that deals damage and kind of hinders your view. It's neat. I like this. I hope this stays around even after the circus.
To make the circus even more exciting, we have a new monster coming. Say hello to Usra Mortis, a two-headed bear who can smell nearby bleeding hunters and will charge at them in a frenzy or attack with a lethal roar. Slay the monster for a good chance of getting a free trade.
And it even acts like a meathead, where it has a chance of dropping a perk. So let's talk about new traits. And first, let's talk about the non-exclusive trait, Fast Fingers, which allows you to reload the weapons a lot faster. Reloading single-shot weapons a lot faster, and being able to fire single-shot weapons a lot faster, because you are essentially holding rounds in your fingers and you just reload that much faster. We already confirmed that it works with the Springfield and the Sparks. We have yet to see if it works for the Maynard Sniper or the Romero or the Martini, but I guarantee it's going to work for the Martini at least, and that I am really excited about, because we all know how much I love the Martini. Nice. Did I get the kill?
Get your little head noggin. Yeah, Get your little noggin out. Got him. Headshot.
To add real quick, this could also work for the Sparks pistol. Imagine holding the pistol with the one hand and holding the bullets in the fist. And you punch with them. So let's talk about the exclusive to the event perks, and let's dive into how you get them, which is basically the old school way. You get the first perk for free, but then you have to spend the event points on the second perk. So let's talk about the packs, troops of this event, and that will be the Trick Shooter, the Ringmaster, and the Mystic. And this is where it comes different than the other events, because if you look, the Trick Shooter, the second perk costs 3 pledge marks, the Ringmaster costs 2, and the Mystic cost 1. So this is the first time that the different pledges had different costs. We'll talk about the first perk of the Trick Shooter, and that's going to be Blade Mancer, which allows you to go into Darksight and suck back your ammunition. This will be great for the new the repeating crossbow, the crossbow in general, the Deadeye crossbow with the steel bolts. Amazing. And now you can suck back your spear that you threw and can't find. Not to mention the fact that it deals extra damage. This is going to be a wild perk. Then we got the second perk, Crack Shot, which costs 3 pledge marks, by the way. Players will have reduced shoulder spread and reduced sway and ADS on certain weapons. Not all, certain. Does that mean shotguns are going to be excluded? Does that mean special weapons are going to be excluded? Who knows? We don't have enough information for this right now, but it does seem like it could be a very valuable perk if it costs 3 pledge marks instead of just the 2 or 1 on the other ones. Then you got the first perk of the Mystic Pack, Poltergeist, which will allow you to manipulate things in Darksight. So doors, elevators, windows, and it also works in Beetle View. I can see myself with Psychic Tomato really running amok in the Bayou and Mammon's Gulch, just opening doors and messing with hunters. Just memeing around, opening doors. But it could also have a tactical thing where the team is holding an angle at the door and you don't want to push, so you can just open it and hopefully see their little noggins. Then we have Blast Sense returning from the last event with that 1 pledge mark cost, and this is great for new players. For somebody who has 2,000 hours into this game like I do, not as necessary. It is still cool sometimes, especially with like Mammon's Gulch, where you're still getting used to the area, to be able to pinpoint people a lot accurate. But for places like Lawson Station, Lawson Delta, and the Stillwater Bayou, I won't need this perk. Then we have Shadow Crush, the first perk of the Ringmaster, and that lets you interact and deal damage to AI and targets. So you can Darksight into dealing damage to AI and targets from a distance. So does this mean we can damage bosses through walls and basically just hide in a bush and kill the target? Does this mean Hellborn is a lot easier to deal with? Does this mean the Gator is a lot easier to deal with? Who knows? And I guess we'll find out on December 12th. And then we have the perk, which only costs 2 pledge marks, Corpse Seer. And this grants you a Darksight boost when looting a hunter. And at first I thought, what has changed? Like when you have the token, you loot a hunter, you get a second back, right? But no, this is before you even have a token. This is groundbreaking. And this actually even caused a whole rework of how Darksight is used. And we'll talk about that a little later. But first, I wanted to talk about my trade idea. and that is compound traits. So traits that'll stack into each other. So we kind of have that with Remedy. You can have 3 stacks of Remedy in your arsenal. But what I'm saying is compound traits. So it won't add another slot. It'll just boost that slot. So you'll spend the 3 points on this, and then you'll spend 3 points on it again to unlock the next stage. So what do I mean by this? In particular, with the last event, Gunrunner, allowing you to run 2 3-slot weapons, I'm thinking, so we spend the 6 points on Quartermaster, and then you'll spend an additional 3 points on Quartermaster to get Gunrunner. Or let's say even an additional 6. So you spend Quartermaster twice. So that's 12 event points to get Gunrunner. That could really work. Or, like in this sense with this event, we have Shadow Crush, which does the dark side damage. And then we just had Shadow Leap add back into the game, and that deals damage. So you can not only damage AI from a distance, then you can also teleport into AI. So Shadow Crush, you'll spend like 4 points on, and then you could get Shadow Leap. I mean, Shadow Leap is a scarce trait, so I don't think that might be the best example, but I think compound traits would be cool. What are your guys' thoughts?
While it is now possible for hunters to obtain Darkside Boost even without carrying a bounty token, the location where the Darkside Boost was gained will be shown on a map with a scorch mark every time a hunter receives it.
So that is how they balanced Corpse here. They put a beacon on the map. Everyone knows you picked up a second. That is cool.
Another quality of life change with this update is that players can now choose when to activate their Darkside Boost. This allows players to conserve this precious resource much more easily.
Now, this I love. Being able to switch on and off Darkseid so you can conserve it. Because right now, you have to work a team of duo. One of all you guys have to pick up the bounty and waste it. You have to waste that precious second to go search for the next clue if you want to go after the next boss. This allows you to look for the next boss and still have your seconds. Amazing. Now let's talk about the Chukonu. Thank you. The repeating crossbow. Now this is a weapon that actually existed back in old Chinese dynasty. Was this the repeating crossbow I asked for? Or I had in mind? Not so much. But I mean, it's cool that they actually grabbed it from a real life thing. I just thought they would have gone a little bit more Van Helsing with it. It is really cool, however, and I do like the fact that you cannot aim it. Because if a silent gun is semi-auto, we should not be able to aim it. So let's talk about the 1865 carbine aperture. To be honest, not a weapon variant I didn't see coming. I mean, I would prefer a Deadeye scope on this, but I mean, an aperture is fine. I mean, it probably fits the close range that this weapon does better than the Deadeye would anyway. So before we talk about the silenced weapons, let's talk about the ammo variant, the subsonic ammo, a small weighted bullet with less gunpowder which travels slower than the speed of sound for quieter gunshots. So this and the patch notes that says they're going to rework how silencers work and how silencers are heard could really change how we perceive the next weapons. So maybe the silencers don't suppress the weapons as much. Maybe it actually works like a real silencer and it doesn't do but make the ears not ring. And you need subsonic ammo for it to be truly quiet. Maybe this ammo also does reduce damage, so you're not dealing so much damage on those quieter shots. Now we're going to move into the silenced weapons that nobody saw coming. Starting off with the Sparks pistol silencer. I'm actually the most excited about this one because I love the Sparks pistol. I typically use this with shotguns. Like if I'm running a shotgun, I am running a Sparks pistol. Now I have a second option. And like, yes, the uppercut exists, but the Sparks pistol just slaps for me. I don't know. Now we shove a silencer on that, and man, this is going to be cool. Especially since this adds another 1-slot silencer. So now we have the Nagant silencer, we have the Bornheim silencer, and now the Sparks pistol silencer. Now we're going to talk about the most concerning one, the Krag silencer, a long ammo bolt action quick fire rate silenced gun. Hopefully this rework on how silenced weapons work improves and the Krag silencer doesn't become overpowered. Now we're going to talk about the Maynard sniper silencer. This is probably the one I'm most concerned about. A weapon that does 144 with Dum Dum, and now you're not going to know where it's coming from. Again, who knows, maybe this rework of how silencers work really changes it up, and this gun might not become even viable. Although this is the first suppressed scoped weapon. Interesting for sure. Now, let's talk about the probably most essential consumable out there, the recovery shot. A shot that restores a lost health chunk, which is groundbreaking. I mean, as a solo, I won't need this as much, but when I'm playing teams with Tomato or my mom, this will become essential, especially since I play way more aggressive when I have backup.
One of the coolest elements of Post Malone's Murder Circus is the new weapon, the Shredder.
What? The Shredder. A fast, powerful, saw-flinging bow. That's fucking nuts.
I have the shiniest meat bicycle!
Sorry about that. But yes, this is a saw blade launcher, and it's in Hunt Showdown. You can only get it at the circus, however, and you have to spend pledge marks.
It fires both saw blades and frag blades.
Hold on. Frag saw blades?
I'm the conductor of the poop train!
I'm sorry. As you were saying.
Only one Shredder appears in a circus tent per mission, so keep an eye out for your opportunity to grab one.
So that's how they balanced it. There is only one per map. You have to fight your way to get to it. Does that mean you get to keep it after extraction?
The saw blades are able to bounce off hard surfaces and around corners, and are etched with runes to give them potential to ricochet in the direction of nearby enemies.
I'm sorry. As you were saying.
I'm ready for a spine tingler!
Again, my bad.
Frag blades burst into lethal shrapnel a few seconds after launch and cannot be retrieved.
I'm gonna put my pain into your soul!
The Shredder will only be available during Post Malone's Murder Circus and will disappear once the event is ended.
Whew. Thank God. I almost thought we had a disaster on our hands. All jokes aside, I could actually see this working in a way with scarce weapons. We're already experimenting with scarce ammunition. We're experimenting with the scarce traits. This could be the step towards scarce weapons. Weapons that you can only find while in game. This could be really cool. Anyway, I have been your host, Manupanadan Joe. You guys have been lovely. I hope you guys have a wonderful time, and I'll see you in the circle.